Attention gamers, previously on my hopeless journey to get out of the douche-ridden depths of ELO hell, I scoured the dark web looking for the latest gadget or life hack to help climb despite the other areas of my gameplay that were lacking, and I showed how I found a literal robot software that somehow knew what was happening in my games and coached me in real time.
Don't panic, but your mid tower is down. Their mid laner might be roaming right now.
I named him Coach Kiss Ass because he sounded like he was a sit in the front row while slob gobbling the professor's nutsack type of kid. But we were boys and people enjoyed watching me build a relationship with this robot as it guided me through a toxic round of Rift Ruckus with helpful call-outs.
First dragon is coming, so watch out for the enemy jungler.
10 seconds later.
And some wholesome ball-cuffing compliments every time I did something good.
Nice juke!
And having played this washed-up wasteland of a game for 10 years, I already knew a decent amount of the tidbits he was blurting out about most of the champs. But having timers read out to me, and as others would say, simply feeling like I had a friend to play with, was copium enough for me to keep him around. So I figured if Twitter can shove ads down my throat about robots that can send sex texts to you at night, then I'm entitled to have one around telling me when I should think about rotating to Dragon. But I told them I want a cooler sounding fake friend, and bam, they created me a new one based off of famous voice actor John St. John, who has the most liquid sex of a voice I've ever heard and is apparently the very famous set of vocal cords behind Duke Nukem and a few other video game characters that I never heard of because I'm a League player and this addiction sucks everything else out of my life. Anyways, this guy sounds like something you hear only in stadiums or dreams, as if he's commentating my sexual prowess as I make love to dozens of supermodels in my dreams. I mean, just listen to this.
Lane opponent gone rogue? Ping your squad to be on the lookout for roaming shitheads.
So I figured I would try the voice back out, only to be thrown a bit of a curveball. You see, the best part of having robot friends is you can talk so much shit back to them you'll have bad breath for days, which is what I did until the Get Good guys said, "Hey, John St. John is in the studio and wants to watch your video with his lines together," which was enough to make my introverted, antisocial, anxiety-ridden, toxic league playing ass hairs stand straight up. So I will be sure to include some of our conversation as he reacted to me roasting his calls in the following games. Alright, so I decided to play this angry amputee in the first game because 1, he just got a small rework, and 2, I looked up this Johnny St. John guy and saw he was an old man, so I figured maybe they could bond over arthritis or the Golden Girl's tits or having limp dicks or something. And
Hey, we've got Viagra today, motherfucker. Nobody's a limp dick anymore.
and sure enough, the app was telling me some basic matchup info.
You've got the CC and the burst, but it doesn't mean shit if you can't hit the skill shots and follow up, Private.
That I was sure to relay to the bride who would be by my side, and then there was a sad attempt at a joke.
Huh. A short trade with the electrocute rune can really shock your enemy.
Haha, only a loser would try to make an electrocute pun.
But then there was also the fair share of stuff my hard-stuck ass low-key didn't know myself.
Our enemy has cleanse, so they can clear most CC as well as exhaust and ignite.
Anyways, early laning phase had less action than my dating life until I was informed of what should be my next focus.
The first dragon. About time we had a real challenge. Try to shove the lane, and bug our jungler with some pings to get them moving.
So I flicked the ping clit as requested, but my jungler was busy proving that all Viego players are inbred apes whose daddies should have shot finisher moves into a rubber at the family reunion instead.
This one's going in my cringe compilation.
But the dude was adamant about reminding me like the Pokemon Go app of a wild Charizard nearby.
Smells like Drake bacon.
So I did my part in catching Manbearpig on his morning stroll, hoping that the Golden Sword Gamer Girl bathwater reeking soul simp would finish him off, but I still had to do it myself. At this point he had asked what Gamer Girl bathwater was, leaving me feeling like a protective parent having the sex talk with some senile child, and his reaction to my definition was, well, interesting to say the least.
Oh, nice. You know, there's new fetishes all the time. That's lovely. Can you drink that shit?
I'd like to gargle it.
Can I go back?
Whoa, what did I miss? I was tying my shoe.
You missed me popping the damn Drake bacon in the oven, but unfortunately the smell of it cooking had Dick Tits McGee over here craving frog instead, I guess.
I got that furry feeling. And not the good kind of furry feeling.
Anyways, the one thing that I low-key like about having a liquid sex of a voice in your ear is that they inform you when enemies get their ult.
With his ult, Akshan will lock and load his BFG at his target.
That said, if anyone in the comments knows what a BFG is, let me know. My guess is on burgers, fries, and gooseberries.
It's a big fucking gun, you idiot.
But said BFG is vacationing up north, so we let the Godzilla crab come tackle towers, and if any candy-ass clown gets in our way, the plan was just to whip my COPD blood spit at him.
Yeah, that's the way, killer.
Then I'm picking up the shitter's toys when Morg plays a quick "I don't need to see you to piss in your mouth," which is an invitation to help in homicide, to which I RSVP hells to the yes with Grandpa Glee.
Get him a body bag.
Hey John, Mr. Robot, did you hear the one about the support who was really clowning around?
Control wards are probably the best item in the game. Drop 'em, move 'em, bop 'em, twist 'em.
How about I don't buy them cause they don't do damage?
Anyways, that little jerk-off jester apparently likes getting bitch slapped and sitting in base, but Tarzan enters, prompting me to toggle the suck-off 6000 simulator, and in case you are wondering what a post-rework Swain orgasm looks like, here it is.
Yes, you just can't beat a good clean kill.
That said, my sex dream commentator gives some perspective on how we should be playing team fights.
Abilities with an area effect are best used in confined spaces, like the jungle and river entrances. Right up the old river, baby.
He said river entrances, so it sounds like Tiny Dumbledore is getting the dick in a river entrance as we continue to chase their team into the next confined space, and you could practically call their support confined space Shako at this point, as he speaks to my level of stoppability as we continue to press on as if Mr. Beast is offering us private islands for every kill we get, and things turn ugly when the fact that Yone's kit somehow made it past beta testing and now we get to deal with it. So despite unemployed Aladdin doing his weasel impersonation and getting popped, we lose that pretty badly, to which my robot buddy is like,
Everything you need to win is right there on your minimap. Simple.
And I'm thinking, yeah, what we need to win is on my minimap. It's a fucking top laner that rotates to fights like theirs did.
Hey John, I know you don't play League, so could you describe what it looks like I'm doing here?
Oh, isn't that what I'm here for?
What the fuck?
So where's your wards? Oh, you son of a...
But here's the thing, we haven't exactly had much presence in the jungle department, and there was a lot riding on our next move.
I do not want any damn enemy killing this mountain dragon. The shield buffs from its soul would make them OP.
And he wasn't kidding, cause the damn enemy did kill that soul and its shields did make them OP, so we lost the team fight worse than a female trying to compete in 2022 female sports, and I blamed the ruined simp for such an outcome, which made me think I should just first time this sex ant on a role I never played before, to show you why you should use my link in the description to download this robo coaching software for free and try it in your games.
Yeah, if you're a pussy. If you want to win in style, get my voice pack now.
And after I stumbled through my initial clear, which was almost certainly done in the wrong order, I was given my first set of instructions.
Try pinging your comrades when going for a gank. Get them involved and they'll be there to help you.
I do my part and ping, but the part where he says,
then they'll be there to help you,
wasn't exactly the case when that bird fetish fuck decided to visit me at my place at work unannounced. So I hit a LeBron and take my talents to South Beach, and by talents I mean a fumble festival where I send Tyler one a Valentine, then struggled to deliver on my promise to charm him before opting to just tickle the floating statue and considering cutting the scene before too many people can talk about how painful my Eve gameplay is to watch.
I don't want to say you suck, so I won't. Keep fighting, Sparkle Horse.
But I do have to say these timer callouts are great when you're jungling.
The first Drake is up, killer. What you gonna do?
I'm gonna smite the shit out of this dog and then go straight back bot to blow kisses at that shirtless axe juggler, because I heard he is the type that gets all pissy pants ridden if things aren't going his way, so I figure killing him and his butt buddy will do the trick.
Hey, stick around those winning lanes, and don't waste your time on losers. If they start yapping, mute those crybabies.
Anyways, he is then informing me that their mid laner is clearly roaming.
Mid laners love going walkabout, so try to keep one eye on their lane before you head into a fight.
But I've got 20/20 tunnel vision, and the only thing I care about is giving this frolicking fawn a good fucking.
That was nice help, you big hero. Now maybe you could spread that help out to the rest of your team.
Bro, I'm not gonna have you bait me into being around my Akali after last time. Give me some support.
I bet Akali only wears that mask because she's butt ugly.
You're right, homie. You're right.
Getting intimate with the map.
I did my research on this guy and did find that he has his own sex store blog thingy.
Don't forget your butt plug.
but I will have to decline the offer to get intimate with objects like my map, as the only thing I get intimate with is my hand. Anyways, there Draven was whining like a newborn chicklet because of how often I had to drop my sex slave ant dick off in their lane, so you can bet your sweet Bippy the literal only concern I had at this point was becoming a rewards member at LL Bean, because I was planning on doing a lot of camping down here.
Hell yeah, I'll add it to the reel.
But he was still doing his best clueless backseater impersonation from time to time.
Not gonna lie, Private, your farm isn't the best. Try to focus on it more so you can at least buy some boots.
But in one of my 50 adventures to make that hibachi chef drop one of his weaponized spatulas, shit went bad, so I had to take the words of Morpheus on the mic to heart.
All I know is if they shoot, you dodge and you shoot back. Repeat until they're dead. Repeat until they're dead. Sweet dreams are made of these.
And I feel like I was doing pretty well, but in reality I was just doing the easiest thing in the game on repeat, which is to kill the enemy ADC, while John was over here making me question what kind of life this man lives.
Control wards are like grenades. It's always nice to have one ready.
That said, I guess my performance had him thinking I was in need of a quick Evelynn 101 course mid-game.
Evelynn waits in the shadows until one of her opponents is isolated, bursts them, and then teases them as they die.
So I decided to put my differences with Professor Akali aside for the sake of doing said bursting and then ultimately said teasing, as I had been instructed to do.
Who's the unlucky sucker that'll get the business end of your gun?
I'll give you one guess.
Muahahaha, morons who think playing ADC in Season 12 low elo is a good idea, am I right?
Stop being a fruit.
But here's the thing, I may or may not have been paying Boris monthly rent payments due to the amount of time I spent bot lane this game, and while it made Draven about as useful as a flaccid dildo, their Karthus support was on a mission to prove that he didn't want to be put in the same category as his lane mate. But then I was given this cold warning.
Oh, you gotta be real careful now, soldier. You die now, and you'll be watching a gray screen long enough to take a piss break.
And I guess me demonstrating the dexterity skills of a severely intoxicated walrus and then painfully watching my teammates eagerly show just how bad they wanted to join me and having enough time to take a piss break themselves was the plan for my team, which means there was really only one place to go from here.
Where? To the circle jerk?
Straight back to Draven to kill that stupid greedy failed abortion once again.
Nice job. Maybe one more and I'll start calling you the comeback kid.
Oh, people already call me that because I always have come on my back.
They start breaching the base because frankly, we all suck mega dick, so despite me sacrificing all attempts of playing team fights correctly with the sole goal of proving the already known fact that assassins kill ADCs, we found ourselves getting booked tickets to Niagara Falls and ultimately winning the game, obviously. But enough playing champs that I have less experience with than most league players do with grass. It was time to show the power of me and John together in a ranked game on my main.
Did I mention she has massive
Whoa dude, I'm trying to stay monetized here.
tits? It had to be said. Tits. Fun bags.
Anyways, Barney hits a surprise engage, which honestly did mad work, but Leona makes up for being late by stunning me for longer than old ass John's been alive, so a sloppy trade goes through and then he's all like,
I bet the enemy gorilla soldier is thinking about a gank.
and he was damn right, but our Dirty D was thinking about it as well, which prompts a bit of a river roundup, but I couldn't rotate because I had less lane priority than a Hot Wheels car on the Autobahn, so by the time I get there my co-workers have already filmed the sequel to 2 Girls 1 Cup. The getting shit on has concluded and the cancer cow is already calling it, looking at a takeout menu thinking about other things. But I just needed to get my ult and we'd be okay.
Level 6, and now you've got some real firepower. Here's what you gotta know.
But I wasn't gonna chalk this one up to just another support who has given up after only 7 minutes of being stuck in lane with me because I had this dramatically masculine man in my ear telling me shit like this.
You want control, right? Then you'll need control wards. If you can clear vision with your support, you two animals might be able to get ahead with a gank.
Which was totally feasible advice considering our engage with no vision at all gave birth to a gangbang, but luckily I brought my massive pistols to this gangbang and we end up salvaging a 2-for-1 out of it.
Boom! Headshot.
That's actually what the other team's ADC says, but she's dead.
Side note, I build Duskblade on this babe and I think John sums up my reasoning why nicely.
It takes balls to snowball. Yeah, that's the way, killer.
And the tides were turning as even when we were getting ganked their team had the focusing skills of someone in desperate need of Adderall enemas, which let me flop my gelatinous tits all over my right-click key to take down the Mohawk man before waiting patiently for the hooker with the hula hoop that I hired as a hitman to deliver some homicide to that messed up ballerina to get down and earn her cash. Then the mad cow must have a disease because he's leveling up a lot slower than us, but he can still just softly giggle at the tower's attempts at stopping the douche from diving to the point where even Johnny is like, yep, no AD on their team is gonna have any use.
The enemy team has more AP than AD damage. You could take some pop out of their spells with an F ton of magic resist.
How about an F ton of surprise you a dead bitch on this mall cop?
What, are you trying to out-rich Jeff Bezos?
And I appreciate the compliment, but I think Elon Musk would be more suitable for that joke, but feel free to argue with me about it on Twitter.
Incoming dragon. You killers are so far ahead, you can afford to shift your boot from the enemy's face to that dragon's ass and back again.
And it turns out he was right, even though two of my tilt mates were serving black and white sentences. All I had to do was wait for the violent luau chick to introduce their team to a fucking wall before dying herself so I could come in and gently use my massive pistols to convince a few people to give me money. Anyways, we have a toothy worm wiener jerk-off festival, which is a great success, and then I'm given my next assignment.
So now might be the time to crack open a can of whoop-ass.
Whoop ass has been opened, and without a can opener at that, but then I am dangerously overstaying so hard you'd think I had an expired visa, but I'm given some poetic ass instruction on how to play this fight.
To see and not be seen. That's the way to play these clowns.
Well, I saw Ori and then Purple Nurple Volibear didn't see me, so I'd say that went well. And then I'm told that the champs we drafted can all hold hands to spell Wombo.
Your squad is packing some serious teamfight ultimates if it gets down and dirty. And I hope it does.
So I do just that as the swan song of Mr. Sextacular voice comes out.
Huh, those cowards are on the run, and just in time for a dragon to show up. Why don't you roast that reptile?
And of course I share such plans with my team about how roasting a reptile could have been fun.
Very nice.
Anyways, the experience is always fun using this software, and anyone can get it for free using the link in the description, as the devs actually listen to feedback, like how they have implemented a mute keybind for when you need the dude to shut the fuck up, or you can just tone him down in the settings to only read commands or timers that are helpful without extra stuff you already know. The base voices are totally free, or you can buy premium packs like the one shown in this video.
Hey, Private, if you want to play like a real man, not like Rav, download the premium full version. I need to pay my rent.
And using my code will give you 20% off the John St. John pack while supporting the devs enough to fund future packs like the Toxic Rat pack or this creepy totalitarian sounding Jin's cousin give you the chills while coaching one they have in the works.
Tremble, summoners, as your lord will arrive shortly.
Brush your teeth tonight. Rav out.